What's going on, guys? Welcome to an episode of Renegade Arcade on the Renegade Pop Culture Podcast Network. My name is Mike. I will be your host for this evening. Joining me below me, we've got Keona.
Hi.
To my left, we've got Brock.
What's up, everybody? Let's talk about some shit.
And down below, we've got Tyler.
Yay.
And tonight, we are talking about The Last of Us Season 1.
Let's talk about it.
Without burying the lead, I think other than Arcane, this is the best video game adaptation that I've seen.
I would throw Edge Runners in there.
I would throw Edge Runner. I was just going to say Cyberpunk Edge Runners too.
Outside of those three.
I'd say yes.
Wait.
This is the best live action. By far.
Animation
Easily.
makes it a little bit easier.
Yes, animation's got a little bit of a cheat.
That's true.
Is there a fourth title that we can make a Mount Rushmore out of? Or should we wait until after the Super Mario Brothers movie?
My opinion varies on it because I have a very different opinion of the movie than others. In my own personal opinion, the newest Mortal Kombat movie's up there. But the weird part is there's some really smaller budget other ones that aren't horrible. Like the Tekken movie that no one watched.
I've seen it.
Oh, you have seen it? It wasn't that bad, actually.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't like super horrible.
The Sonic
I enjoy
movies,
them for the bad aspects.
Yeah, the Sonic movies aren't terrible. I would
DOA, Dead or Alive.
DOA.
That was
that Double Dragon live action movie.
Ooh.
And of course,
I still like the Von Damme Street Fighter. I still like Jean-Claude's
going to kick Bison's ass so hard
that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
You may as well count the original Mortal Kombat.
Yes, I do.
Well, who should we cast as America McMerrickson?
Very obvious Belgium.
Colonel Guile, these instructions, will you stop them? And he's like, I would love to, but some moron just ganned me.
I love America.
As you can see, we've come a long way since the mid '90s.
I adore that.
Yes, we've come a long way since M. Bison shouted, "Of course!"
And you know what?
Of course.
As much shit as the movies get, I will say the first one and a good chunk of the second live-action Resident Evil movies.
Okay.
All right.
Those are all enjoyable.
They fucking nailed parts of Resident Evil 3 with Jill and Nemesis in the second.
They got
movie.
Jill.
Yeah,
I loved Jill.
And then Alice rides a motorcycle up a church.
To a church and explodes.
But anyway, let's talk about Last of Us.
Yeah. Let's start at the beginning. When this show was first announced, for you three especially, since you have all played the game, what were your initial thoughts when the show was announced?
Cautious
optimism.
I was very skeptical, but I should have realized it would be probably a good idea because the video game itself is the closest to an HBO prestige drama to begin with.
It actually is. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
If you can go back, there's actually reviews in 2013 going, it's like a playable HBO show or something.
I do remember hearing a lot of that back when the first game came out. And also the fact that they got Craig Mazin, who before that worked on Chernobyl, that just kind of solidified that this was going to be a quality show.
Yeah.
Although what's funny about that is before Chernobyl, the most notable projects that Mazin was involved in was Scary Movie, I think 3 and 4, and Superhero Movie.
Sometimes you can just never judge someone based on their work.
Yeah, that's a bit of a subject matter jump up. Holy piss.
Right?
We went from Fred Beacon Seltzer all the way to HBO.
To be credited, Superhero Movie does have Is Superhero Movie the one that had Drake Bell in it?
Yep.
So that movie has one of my most favorite but dumbest lines ever. He is the Dragonfly, and I want to say it's Hourglass is the villain in that movie. And Hourglass has got these like throwable like blades or something. He's like, these are made out of titanium, blah, blah, blah. They can cut through diamonds. And then Drake Bell goes, I'm not wearing any diamonds.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's the dumbest fucking line ever, but I love it.
Yikes.
But yeah, big ups here. He's doing a lot better nowadays. Go with video game adaptations. You're really good at them.
Yeah.
I will say this: it was a hell of a lot better than the Halo show.
Oh god.
Oh, that just goes without saying.
I didn't watch it because I'm not a big Halo person.
I will never skip an opportunity to bag on that Halo show. I'm sorry, it was garbage. All right, moving on.
Honestly, bag away because, like Brock, I never even bothered.
Garbage.
It's really sad
Pure
that I'm
garbage.
more excited to get, what is it, Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
I'm more excited to get Paramount Plus for that Knuckles show that they're getting than Halo.
Oh,
that says a
geez.
lot.
Yes,
God.
it does.
Halo's a mess right now.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's
You know
really
what's not a
sad.
mess?
This show.
This series.
Yes.
Segways.
Oh, we lost Tyler. Hold on.
Oh no,
We'll see if we can get her
Tyler,
back.
Come back, Tyler. Back.
Keep talking. As soon as she gets back in, I'll let her.
All right. We'll start with the performances, specifically Joel and Ellie. Brock, I'll start with you. What did you think of Pedro Pascal as Joel?
For the most part, I really liked him. The only thing, and I don't think this is a thing that Pedro did. There's like the legit only complaint. There's certain parts where he delivers lines really quietly. And I think that's all on direction and not him.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I really liked it because this is while similar, incredibly different Joel than in the game.
Yeah. Quite different.
Incredibly different.
The panic attacks.
The panic attacks, but also Joel in the video games, excuse me. Joel in the video games treats the situation with how he handles Ellie very differently. Going through the game, he doesn't trust Ellie and he's pissed off about the situation that he's in. And that's like a big thing with like not letting her have a gun and stuff like that. He doesn't, he's not going to give her a gun because it's a hindrance. He's going to get his ass, to quote the exact from the game. I almost got my ass shot off by some dumb kid. In the show, he doesn't want Ellie to fire a gun because he wants to try and keep Ellie's purity as a kid that shouldn't have to do this type of shit. There's very different motives behind why they're doing things. Joel in the game is a lot more of an asshole with Ellie for the first half of it because he gets unbelievably pissed at her, which I don't hate either version. I was very okay with both. It's just they went in not very different directions, just very selective directions to get to the same destination.
Yeah.
With Joel. Like, also joking around with her more. He does it every now and then, but like the moment where they're literally laughing themselves silly with the jokes and shit was awesome. That's not in the game at all.
That's not in the game.
But it was great.
In the joke
I didn't
book,
expect that moment, but it was awesome. The joke book's in the game, but the moment where he's like laughing to himself so that she can't see him, that's not there. But I'm like, he started seeing more of what he missed earlier on than what he did in the game. So it was interesting what they did. It was different, but not inaccurate, I'll say. And then Bella Ramsey, she's perfect. She was great. Just great. Like the cockiness, the attitude, like certain times when she screamed at people, she literally sounded like Ashley Johnson. It was kind of scary at points, and sometimes she was very, very close. But I thought she was great. She had the perfect snark and other thing, and just like her line deliveries were really good.
And you actually believe her as a 14-year-old?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those few times where you're like, that's not what their age is, but it's like, and then a person at work. who just, again, fucking hated that Bella Ramsey was cast and just could not come up with good reasons. We were talking about it beforehand, and then his girlfriend was like, well, yeah, it's a good thing you're recasting her. I'm like, actually, they're not. You're like, they are. I'm like, cool, can you show me?
Yeah,
There's an article. I'm like, cool. The article's source is Trust Me, Bro. I have the article and the source that is the creators of the show and the actress that said, I'm only not doing it if they won't let me.
Which they will.
Which they will. And he's like, well, she can't. It's 5 years later. I'm like, cool. She's in her 20s.
19. She's 19.
19, sorry. And also, it might not be 5 years later because Joel's age in the game, he turns like into his 60s after the time jump that's in the second game. He's in his 60s in their timeline now.
Yep.
Also, there's a thing called hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Which can
kind of impressive.
Definitely make a difference.
Which, honestly, they grew Ellie up a little bit and made her go through puberty. That's about all they did. It wasn't much. She looked a lot different because they updated her face model.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's on me. I really enjoyed them. They were perfect. They were great. And like honestly, Joel looked Pedro looked exactly like Joel if Joel was Mexican. And I had no problem that he was Mexican whatsoever.
Me neither.
None. Everything was great. Every casting choice they made was fine. I'm always of the thing, unless it will make a cultural no, it's fine. Cast the best actor for the job.
I agree. And I think Joel, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey were kind of perfect for those roles.
Yes, and Pedro has a monopoly on abandoned children.
Although, we're talking about people who are perfect for the role. There's so many people that actually kept forgetting that the actor who played his brother is not the guy from the game.
Yeah.
Which is funny because he shows up in the show anyway.
He does. A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's talk a little bit about Tommy, because just reading I'm reading TV tropes just to point, just because I was curious about some of the differences between the show and the game, and Tommy is apparently a lot different than he is in the show. Anything like significant stand out to you? Tyler, I'll start with you.
Hello, Amy. A friend of mine's in the chat. Hello. Anyway, go ahead, Tyler. I didn't have the comments open. I do now. You're muted. There you go. There she is.
Sorry, I didn't hear you saying.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Tommy?
Oh, I loved the performance by, I kept saying Diego Luna, but Gabriel Luna, yeah. He was exactly as good as I would want him to. Like I said, I sometimes forgot that he wasn't the actor from the game. Captured the role perfectly.
He sounded.
Yeah, his voice is good.
Yeah, he sounded like Tommy. My God.
Manny. Yeah, he got like his mannerisms, his accent.
Yeah, really nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've always been a big fan of Gabriel Luna.
Yeah, Gabriel Luna is very good.
Since Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, they were just like, I'm like, okay, so they're getting a Mexican family. I was like, that was so perfect. Like he has the perfect like mannerisms, like even the hairstyle, how he's going up and how he acted about the job and stuff. It was so freaking perfect.
Yeah, that was really good.
Now, in the show, or in the game, how is the relationship between Joel and Tommy different?
I feel like it was pretty similar.
I'm trying to remember exactly how the conversation goes once they get to the camp, but I know that Tommy, if I'm remembering correctly, in the game prods Joel and makes him feel a little bit more guilty for some of because Tommy really makes it out that Joel did some real sketch shit to make him survive, and then Tommy was just kind of there. In the show, if I'm remembering it exactly correctly, they both kind of admit that they did some bad shit, but Joel did worse. If I'm remembering exactly correctly.
And didn't Tommy have like a military background in the show?
Yes. He's a Gulf War like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. And the only thing that was really different about them meeting up is that they originally meet up at the hydroelectric dam that they mentioned, and they have like a little raider shootout, and you protect the dam afterwards.
They really cut out a lot of those sequences of like fighting to make the actual scenes where they fight more impactful.
Yeah, that's one thing also, Mike. Basically, the only stuff that got cut from the game, a good like 99% of what got cut from the game, is chunks where you're sneaking through buildings and shooting infected.
And people. Great example is the beginning with the batteries that can get out of Boston. In the show, they just, it's already happened and we got to make the deal now. In the game, you kill like 30 freaking people in that scene.
No, what I'm pissed about is there's not a single time he goes to open a door, his fucking ship breaks, and he can't open doors for another hour and a half.
They did have a ship break at one point, though.
They did. And I didn't realize it until someone pointed it out to me. There's not Mike. They really big up that Ellie can't swim. And you find pallets, and you have to like have her get on it and like push it to a destination to get her to get stuff.
Yeah.
You never had a pallet push.
Never had a pallet push area, and we never had that area where it was in the dark and all of the why am I blanking on the name? Not the rudders.
Clickers?
The clickers, yeah, the clickers. They were all like standing around, and that was like a really hard sequence in the game.
Are you talking about in the train station with Tess?
Yeah, in the train station where it was. It wasn't in the train station. It was after that, but it was like with Sam and.
Oh, it looked like a. I don't mean in the station.
It looked like a train
itself.
station,
like
and it was like super dark, and you had to just get across like all of these clickers and stuff, and it was really.
Yeah, it was.
I think I would have maybe if it were me running the show. Like I was thinking that maybe they would go a little bit more into the whole, like on their travels, like running into clickers and things like that. But I can see why they didn't do it. But I thought that they were going to have a little more of that.
I thought so too, and I think honestly, if the show would have been 12 episodes, there would have been more of that.
Yeah, there probably.
I'm kind of thinking the same because aren't there like 12 chapters total in part 1?
I honestly don't remember. I remember there's 4 seasons.
Oh, there's 4 seasons. Yeah, probably split up into.
And then they separate it slightly different because they go by areas and then days. Yeah. And then other person's days and then an area.
But they did do a really good job.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
With the pacing and everything. I guess it was like a pacing issue and probably like a budgetary issue as well.
Yeah, especially probably the latter.
Probably more actually pacing because I think like they could probably afford to do like another big fight scene after the episode 5 was it battle scene, but like they chose not to for pacing reasons.
Yeah.
Also, they said that freaking bloater costume was like $1 million.
That was a pretty good looking costum.
That was really good.
It was.
It looked nuts.
Like that could have been CGI, but no, they got a really big, tall guy, and like we're gonna put this awesome outfit on you.
That was insane. And like that's another thing, Mike, where
how are they going
in the show they don't bring up certain things, but they also make other things a much bigger deal for a cooler effect. Yeah. Like Sam and Henry. Henry is not the most wanted man in Kansas City who's taken down a big group of like I want to say what's the word I'm looking for? Control freaks. What's a good word for that? I'm trying to think of controlling people. You basically find a group of like people that hunt down people for sport. That's
they're just rando bandits in like it's Pittsburgh in the game, not Kansas City.
Yeah, and there's not there's not a big grand leader. You just get away from them. Like the sniping thing is still there, but like you take out 6 of them, and then you have the situation where Sam gets bit, and then you shoot a couple more and you leave. There's no big giant like 600 infected thing, but I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, and also the armored vehicle was like hunting you throughout the whole level, kind of like its nemesis, the one that in the thing the show says run.
Yes. Will there be season 2 clickers that burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid man? I want not the spoil. You probably won't see it till like season 3 of the show, depending on how long it take with part 2. There's a part in the last half of the other main character's part where you're going through a busted down, destroyed hotel, and clickers are like embedded into the walls. Ooh. And you're just walking through, and at random they come unattached and like latch at you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they all look realistic, so it's not like that one doesn't look like it'll move situation. Who was your favorite character, Mike?
Favorite character
outside of Joel and Ellie?
Good question.
Okay, outside of Joel and Ellie, I would say
it was clearly David.
They somehow made him less creepy and more creepy at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, simultaneously. Yeah,
we'll get to David in a second, but outside of the main two, I'd say my two favorite characters are Tommy, because Tommy is the best, and
he's great.
You know what? I'll say Bill and Frank.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, by the way, that is 100% new for the show.
Yeah, that was the most original content, and it was, for my money,
not the relationship, but everything that happened.
Yeah, because it's funny, if you play the game, that level is more about escaping like traps and trying to get to a suburban village, and like Frank's like already dead at that point. He's not even a character; he's like a corpse.
Yeah, like you don't even like for context. In the game, originally that battery they're looking for, they used to try to get Ellie to Tommy. He knows Tommy's in the Fireflies and he's been there for a while. It's not like he's been missing and they're trying to always get to him. Tess and Joel were going to go deliver her outside and then come back into their QZ and just collect money. They weren't trying to find Tommy. They go to find that truck battery because I'm forgetting his name. Not Frank. Other one.
Bill.
Because Bill's like, all right, Joel needs a battery. And he's like, he calls in a favor. Bill is a lot more of a paranoid, like, the government's coming to kind of guy in the game. And like, you fight through all of this and you get to a school and the battery's supposed to be there and it's not. And like, you keep finding out that like, he's told Joel that it was smart that Tess left him, because he thinks Tess left him. He doesn't know she's dead because he had a bad run out with his partner. And then you made me cry too, don't worry. And you go to find it and the battery's gone. So you think you're screwed. And you finally get to this house at the end and you see that Frank hung himself because he was bit. And then you go to him and Joel's like, who is that? And he's like, that's my partner. And you cut it down and you see there's this big note written that those two were kind of a thing, but not quite a thing yet. And that he had written out this big thing about how he cared about this battery more than him. And he went and got it for him and they were going to drive away until he got bit. And I was like, so then when the show comes and you get this whole extravagant, they actually got to live their lives together and like meet Tess and Joel and like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
People were mad because it was inaccurate. And I'm like, no, it's not. They still both end up not being there and they leave in the truck.
Same outcome, just done a very different way.
Something, if we're talking about the discourse surrounding that episode, something that really pissed me off was people calling this filler, which, okay, sure. If you want to filler that, and like, not every episode, I know the season was only 9 episodes, but not every episode needs to just focus on the plot. Like, 2 of my favorite episodes of the season were technically flashbacks. Like, seeing the whole relationship with Bill and Frank, and then episode 7 is basically an adaptation of Left Behind.
Yes.
Pretty much true.
It cut out the unimportant second mall part and just made it just a flashback episode.
Mm-hmm. And like, you're going to get more of that because Craig Mason and Neil Druckmann both said that since they're going to be making it multiple seasons, they're going to like do some stuff about the extra groups that you meet there and some side characters and stuff. And like, there's an already obvious one where Tommy's probably going to get 1 or 2 episodes to himself because he's got a special thing that he gets to do. And there's going to be a lot more of that. That's second part's probably going to be like 3 seasons.
Yeah, there's going to be probably an individual episode just for Abby and Owen and characters like that down the road.
Oh, yeah.
And not to get too political, but gee, I wonder what episodes 3 and 7 have in common.
I
wonder.
We're going to break this down for you real quick, Mike. This is what happens in the video game. Bill refers to Frank as his partner no less than 4 times. Ellie finds gay porn in a giant stack in Bill's house. You have Bill commenting on how much he hates Frank's dumb wardrobe, like a pithy argument between an old couple. And then there's a thing about how he's literally bitching that Frank is more obsessed with his battery than him. And then people complain that they made Bill gay.
That third one is in the episode as well, where they're complaining about, I'm going to open up a boutique. No, you are not.
No.
So basically what it boils down to is the people who played the game literally do not understand the game they played.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what that stapled together page was in the book that Ellie throws out.
That Ellie said, well, some of them are sticking together. Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm so glad we got that scene.
Yeah,
that was wonderful.
So glad.
Line for line, great.
I'm so glad.
I'm just fucking.
Although some of my favorite lines
you should do, Mike, after this, honestly, you should watch a YouTube compilation of all the scenes from the game.
Yeah, you will notice a lot of similarities.
There was a channel that did the cinematic playthrough of The Last of Us. You should look that up.
Yeah. Actually, what I want to try to find, I was going to do it before we recorded, but didn't have enough time. I wanted to watch like side by side comparisons between scenes from the game and the show.
Give it about a week. There's going to be some incredibly in-depth ones. Just needs time to get edited.
Oh yeah, someone's gonna do that. But I would say favorite lines. Honestly, some of my favorite lines were from episode 3. Just the pithy comebacks between Bill and Frank, especially the one about new world order. Government did 9/11. They're all Nazis. He goes, yeah, but they are. Not before all this. They are now. And I bet about this is a freaking Arby's. He goes, yeah, but Arby's is a restaurant. You pay for those.
Yeah,
that episode was just the best.
It was, those two, man. They were casted perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, and like they actually still got the town going and all that. It wasn't as extravagant as Bill's original town, but oh man, yeah. The only thing that sucks
really
is you didn't get some of the interactions between Bill and Ellie busting each other's balls.
Yeah.
Aw. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
You get a pretty good idea from her reading that letter where she just kind of says it in the most pithy way, like I got all this stuff for you. Like, that's perfect. But that letter is great because it sums up the theme of that episode, the overall season, and even kind of hints at stuff in season 2. So it thematically perfectly fits.
Well, it's the perfect thematic thing. Bill, they openly admit they were never scared until they met each other. They didn't give a shit because they had something then. That's the whole fucking point of the show with Ellie and Joel.
Yeah, the whole point about not going on without each other. Clearly, that's they make a point that Joel barely made it off without his daughter the first time. How can he make it off without a second one?
Yeah, and there's a line in the last episode that we'll get to that is not in the game whatsoever. The reason why Joel's partially deaf, that's a whole thing made for the show. That's one of the best parts ever.
Yeah, and I was like, why was that not in the game? Makes so much sense.
Oh.
But yeah, to sum up why episode 3 is my favorite is because that episode is the thesis of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, life ain't worth living without the ones you love.
Yeah, love is both a positive and a negative in this universe. And we will definitely get to the debate towards the end of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We will.
Also, props to Linda Ronstadt for having a career comeback.
Ooh.
Yeah. Linda Ronstadt is the artist who played the song that Bill and Frank were.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, okay. Long time. Like that song jumped to #1 on iTunes for the first time since the 70s.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And I said on Twitter at the time, I can't listen to Linda Ronstadt without tearing up.
Not to do a spoiler, but once the second season comes out, Future Days is going to have the same effect on you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're not going to cut that.
Is that the Pearl Jam song?
Yeah.
It's funny you say aha because also aha the band shows up multiple times in this season.
It does.
That's right.
And Depeche Mode.
Man, I hope aha shows up again for the really fucking cool moment in the second season.
Oh, it will. There's no way it won't.
Anyway, there's a lot of really good small moments that you can even miss in the game if you don't do them correctly.
We were talking about episode 5 briefly, but I want to talk more about that episode because there's just a lot there.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I gotta remember. It's 5 Kansas City.
Kansas City is episode 4 and 5. 5 is the one where everything goes to hell.
Yeah.
The episode is titled Endure and Survive.
Endure and Survive.
Like the comic in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marquise, what's up? What's up, buddy?
Oh, hey. Long time no see.
Very nice. Yeah, they upped that storyline a lot. And also Sam being deaf, it's just not in the game.
Yeah, that was a change for the show.
That was a change, yeah.
I quite liked it.
That was a change that Neil Druckmann was actively pissed off. He didn't think of himself.
Oh yeah, I know. That was cool.
Yeah, he was like, that's a great choice.
Damn it.
It's like it makes them that much more helpless. Why didn't I think of that? And that was one thing that I think illustrates why this was done so well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to make in a comment what your original thing was and what Joel at the end was. There, Marquise. Oh boy. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann. Like Craig was basically just doing the show, and then every time he felt like he thought something could change and would work better, he would just like message Neil. He's like, "I'm gonna do that normally, but do you think this would work?" And 9 times out of 10, Neil was like, "Yeah, it's a really good idea. I hate you for thinking of that." It's like you get fresh eyes onto it afterwards, and it's just like I'm not trying to change much, but I'm like I really feel like this small tweak would work. It's like,
oh yeah, great change to take that from faceless bandits that just want to kill Joel and Ellie to no, it's an entire organization. They really want this one guy for a thing that he did that was probably bad, but for good reasons, which again parallels things that are coming.
Yep.
Also, Kathleen. She is. I think Melanie Lynskey did a great job playing the most despicable person since Dolores Umbridge.
All the teachers in the show are apparently terrible human beings. The Craig Mazin have like the worst teachers in high school.
I think there's a bad Catholic school experiences.
He goes, I hate this teacher.
It probably was.
Literally, all the teachers in the show are like evil.
Pretty much.
Probably was, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, probably. But she's also not unreasonable too.
She's not, but it's just it was so weird because the only other acting role I've seen her in was Rose from 2.5 Men.
Oh yeah, that was her.
So seeing her go from that to that, I was like, is that whoa?
Actually,
she was also on a show called Yellow Jackets, where it's a little bit closer like that.
I thought she was in the It movies, but no, that's a different actress. She looks very similar though.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. But she also just seems like a teacher, or just like had the attitude of, "Oh, come on, get this done, but before I have to hurt you more."
Mm-hmm. And one giant thing, if I remember in episodes correctly, there was this big. the big thing that they're talking, like there's this robot that she saves because Henry's big about only take things that you need and do all this, and like it leads into that scene where they're talking in the bedroom there, and she shows that she saved it for him. He's like, it's our little secret. She does in the game. She does not know beforehand that he was bit.
No, she does not. In the game, she wakes up and he's already dead. But in the show, they change that entirely to, oh no, she knows, and with her childhood logic, thinks her blood can fix it because, well, she knows she's surviving it.
Yeah. Yeah, in the game, she just wakes up, walks out, and she's like, that smells really good. And he's like, you want Sam to get some? He's like, yeah, go wake his ass up. You go in there, and he's freaking Blair Witch Projecting in the corner, and then, yeah.
Yeah. So they added a personal tragedy of, oh, she knew, but thought she could fix it.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd you make that sadder?
The one thing that I really liked about the game's version of that, though, was just the smash cut of like Henry, no, and then he shoots, and then and you hear the sound, and then smash cut to black, and it's like fall.
Yep. Yeah. And like they're just talking about other stuff.
But I think that works for the game, whereas for a show, it wouldn't necessarily work as well. But
also, his last few lines are a little different too, because in the game he's saying, "What did you do? This is your fault." He does not do that. He looks more at himself.
Yeah, he looks more at himself. Yeah, really well done on that adaptation, though. Yeah,
Also great use of was it the magic board? I think it's called, the little thing where you sign. That was a toy back in the 90s, apparently.
Hi, Red.
Hello.
Good to see you.
That
was great. That almost reminded me of Logan, the ending, where she just writes on the little magic board, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. Oh God, that was. Oof.
What?
I lost it at that scene.
Man.
That's what I wrote on my Facebook. I'm like, how did you bastards make it sadder? How? Part of me thinks that they're like, what if he could be deaf? And then, oh yeah, after he dies, you could write on a sketch pad, "I'm sorry." I'm like, you heartless prince.
There's also some good additions from the game too into it, like the whole bit where they go underground, and like it's funny, they're saying like, "Oh, there's nothing down here." Well, in the game there is a ton of stuff you find down there, but in the show, oh, there actually is nothing down there.
Yeah.
Except for that
schoolroom and all that stuff was in
that's from the game. Yeah, but actually they kind of snuck in like I guess you call it a subplot from like a couple of letters you can find, which is like that guy like trying to protect children. Yeah, the entire character gets his own little storyline and a couple of like notes, and they kind of hinted at that in the show, which is pretty cool.
It's really dumb how I have to mention this. I'm going to quote again. Oh boy, I'm bringing up Castle Super Beast again. There was a conversation between Pat and Wooly where they were talking about adaptations in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6. And he just goes with David Productions, and he's like, "Yeah, but they've got the art of adaptation down at this point, so I'm really not worried." And then Pat just laughs. He goes, "Yeah, what's the art of adaptation? Let's see. What was on the page? Cool, we're going to animate that." That's basically what they just did.
Pretty much.
It's like they change it enough to where people that know are still interested, but the people that don't know get the gist of what the people who played the game get.
Yeah. Also, they have the benefit of hindsight now, because obviously when they wrote Part 1, they didn't really have Part 2 in mind, but now you do. So you can set up stuff like, obviously the little girl was looking at Ellie and Jackson's supposed to be Dinah, so that and stuff like that.
And supposedly how there's I didn't see it myself, and I don't know, but supposedly someone got a screenshot of some woman with a girl with a braid running out in the hospital.
I didn't notice that.
Really?
Supposedly in a shadow, you can see it for a split second. I didn't see it myself, but someone has a screenshot of it on Twitter.
Well, hey, like I said,
I'll look into that later,
honestly,
but
did not see that.
Possible.
But yeah, one thing. Okay, so I suppose we should give this to Mike. The situations where actual in-game people were in the game, were in the show.
Yes.
You had the second command in Kansas City is Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Obviously, Troy was
Jeffrey
Troy
Pierce.
was
James, David,
James.
number 2.
Yeah.
Ashley was Anna, Ellie's mom, which might be the coolest cameo
really
ever conceived.
That was really good.
Literally the best thing, maybe.
And then there's Marlene.
And then there's Marlene, who's literally Marlene. And there's also Laura Bailey, who I love. Everyone went, look, it's Abby's voice actress. And I'm like, she also voices that exact
nurse in that scene.
But that was like, really cool.
It's like a double joke where it's like levels. Became someone noteworthy later on, but it's also a reprisal of the role.
Yeah, it's a double cameo.
Yeah.
I admittedly didn't recognize her in the scene, but when I saw her name in the credits, I'm like, oh snap, they actually did it.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, Ashley Johnson, that was the best one by far, because like we mentioned before, she looks like Laura Bailey, or Bella Ramsey's mother. Like they look very similar.
I love that Troy Baker in the after, in the little documentary after the episode was like, at least they didn't make me a clicker, because I would have made a terrible one. I love that.
I'm sure they thought about it.
That was fantastic. I was like, of anybody, the fact that Ellie got to kill video game Joel was fantastic.
Yes, that entire scene, pretty close straight adaptation from the game. They did the famous boss fight very well.
Yeah, it's weird we're bouncing around because like we know how everything happened. You're kind of like looking for endpoint, like, oh man, What are some giant, other than the ones we're going to get to?
Well,
giant differences towards the start.
Well, giant. Obviously, the change in the flashbacks. Yeah. Well, spores being changed to
the tendrils.
Tendrils,
which might be the most terrifying thing they've ever thought of for the games ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what did you think of when Tess died?
That was a little different.
Clicker or the runner or what have you? I guess he would be
making out with her.
Making out with her.
God,
what did you think of that? That was weird.
That was horrifying.
I thought
it was creepy for sure.
I thought it was
very
weird,
alien-esque.
I didn't think it fit.
I thought it was thing strange. That I think they were trying to. What do I want to say? Because I could have gone without, but I'm okay that it's there. I'm very much not on a.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker.
I think they were trying to illustrate that it's that fast.
I think
it immediately thought the thing where it was like, but I think they could have, because up until that point and until the games, I don't remember. Once you're infected, you still have sexual drive.
Maybe they're trying to find that.
I don't.
You remind me. It reminds me of RE3 remake with the thing that grabs Jill.
Let's not talk about the Drain demos.
That's what it reminded me. Not as horrifying.
I don't need hentai in this conversation, sir.
It didn't go that far, but it was reminiscent.
It didn't go that far. Do I need to bring that clip up in this podcast?
No, but isn't the thing in the last one? It didn't go that
far. That was strange. Yeah.
We're talking about changes from the source material. Something we kind of breezed over is in the first 2 episodes, we got some great cold opens that are kind of
about how terrifying it would be if this actually happened.
I kind of wish there was a bit like cold opens the whole season. They didn't in the first 2 episodes.
That's what I was thinking. Like after the Indonesia one, I'm like, wait, that's it? We're not gonna do any more?
Well, then I guess episode 3 is kind of just the entire episode is that.
It is.
True.
And they brought that into full circle, though, because I didn't notice it until someone described it to me. Like, some of the things that were great in the show, because they do a lot of tropes, but they did them in the creepiest way possible. Like, when that dog is just sitting there staring at the grandmother, knowing something's wrong, or that kid in class has that weird tick with his pencil. Like... That's so creepy, but it's not overdone. But then someone pointed out to me, Joel and Sarah miss being infected like 7 times in that first episode.
They didn't have pancakes that morning.
They didn't have pancakes. They skipped on a cake. because they didn't get one from the bakery. The neighbor offers them cookies. He's like, no, I'm on the paleo diet. There was a bunch of stuff where it's like, if you would have ate any of that stuff, they would have got infected.
That's why later on in episode 3, he's explaining how this all happened. He's like, that sort of saddened. Yeah, I really shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Also, that entire first episode, like the first quarter, that's all new stuff because the game starts up with, the birthday gift and the I do hard drugs bit. That's how the game starts.
I'm so happy they kept that. I do drugs. I do hardcore drugs.
Yeah, so
that's still in there. But everything before that, like her day going to school, like that's not in the game, and they draw it out longer, which I think was a good idea.
Yes.
Also, the movie they're watching is like a great reference to something in part 2.
It is, and it's super sad.
It's set up. They know things.
It's so good. It's so good.
Also, they changed the soldier shooting motivation very slightly, and I think for the better, because in the game, he just like, oh, we have 2 people. Oh, I have to shoot them. Okay. In the show, it's explicitly like a misunderstanding. Like, oh, I got attacked. They think they got bit.
It's also one thing I've always hated about that game. Always hated. They have the dumbest way to try and make it look like Joel got shot and didn't get shot and Sarah did. He does like a full-on like ballerina spin with Sarah
down a hill. It's
like,
very silly.
Guy, you shot 3 rounds and your back was in between the shooter and Sarah. How did she get hit and you didn't?
Yeah, so they kind of changed to, no, he kind of partially got hit, but it's fine.
Yes. But I was like, okay, better. That's much better.
Yeah. There's a ton of like small changes like that. It's the same thing, just slightly different.
Mm-hmm. They tried to cut out a lot of fat. Is the bigger changes. Bill and Frank, obviously. There was no real big religious stuff in the first game with David.
Yeah, no. He's just like a guy who shows up, and then turns out he's a cannibal.
Mike, I'm going to describe to you exactly what David is in the best way I can think humanly possible, and it just hit to me. All right, yep. Sam Rockwell and Jack Nicholson from The Shining had a kid.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Also, his group was all male and a lot smaller.
Yeah, and it's just, he's like, I don't want to go talk about Ellie. We just gonna get through here, and everything happens for a reason. I'm like, that.
So Brock, I need to ask you specifically, what do you think of adding the religious angle to David?
I'm fine with that.
It makes sense in a way, because the everything happens for a reason thing was good. Like, you didn't get to see the hall and all that stuff. So I guess getting them to believe in it was good. Is it kind of a stereotypical, he doesn't understand religion type of thing? Yeah. Someone brought up that in most of these shows, there's never a good preacher.
I was gonna say, last time we saw an apocalypse show where the preacher was the good guy.
But I think he kind of worshipped the cordyceps more than anything.
Yeah, that was a great thing where he actually reveals, oh, actually, I'm making all this stuff up. I ain't religious.
Yeah, it's all BS.
It's all BS to like get them to follow him. And
who wants to watch a show with a good preacher in it, frankly?
I mean, fair enough.
No one does. No one does.
I do.
I
just want for once. Anyone ever seen Shotgun Preacher? Nothing.
Okay. That's
Like, if you actually go into a church and you're defending and forgiven for your sins, you could do that in the right way.
It could.
I don't.
But
anymore.
But it's one of the. I say that they made him less creepy and more creepy in the same way. Like I said, they make him a lot more. Right. They make him a lot more skeezy in the game. Like, his voice is a lot more creepy.
It's kind of obvious.
It's very obvious that this guy is not good news. And then in this
show,
one,
it's a lot more subtle until it gets to the reveal.
Yeah, he's talking about, I used to be a teacher. It's like, okay, maybe this guy's okay, but then he's doing a religious sermon.
It's subtle until the girl's reaction in the hall, and it's subtle until he says to James, I sense what does he say? Like disbelief or something, or I sense like
Oh,
some kind of thing. Like, what
yeah,
was it that he said exactly?
I sense like not. It's something to the like. I think it might be disbelief. It's just like doubt.
Doubt. I sense doubt. Thank you.
Yeah,
my brain is fried. I'm sorry.
No, that's
but
fine.
Like, I sense doubt when he says that to James. It just like, okay, like something's up here. Something's fishy.
Also, that scene where they're all eating like eating dinner. Boy, that was a.
Yeah.
They're all scarfing it down, and he has a bigger portion.
Venison.
When you hear nothing but just like the clanking of the bowls and everyone just dead quiet, so that no one gets. I was like, oh. Also, we skipped one, and it was my kind of a change I also like, because having a mother who's a nurse try to explain to me the percentage chances of Joel surviving. Originally, when Joel gets injured, he gets knocked off a second-story balcony through a like 3-foot tall piece of rebar.
It's very video gamey, where it's like, okay, let's be honest, he would never survive this.
My mom is like, if you missed his small intestines completely and hit all the way through, and someone previously disinfected that rebar and you stitched it immediately, he'd have like a 2% chance.
Yeah, they much more realistically, he's got stabbed.
Yeah, but the change. There is a scene that's the same as the game. It's very obvious, like, they go chasing after Ellie, and she gets shot off the horse, but then they go into this thing, and, like, David chokes her out, and he's like, I'm saving you, girl, just calm down, and he throws her in a cage. And then the scene with her breaking her finger, and he's like, tell him, Ellie, I'm the one who broke your fucking finger. I'm so glad they kept that in.
Oh, yeah.
The moment where he's, like, holding and massaging her hands and stuff like that to show that... No, sir. That's in the game.
Was that? I don't remember that.
That part's in the game. The other one we're going to talk about is not.
yeah, that part.
Because like he does the whole hand-holding thing, and then like it goes on for a good like 5 seconds longer than it does in the video game to make it even creepier. And then she bashes him in. The thing that changes, he's got a machete. That small change, but so also the whole breaking the guy's knee and like wanting to pop it off with a knife. That stayed in. He originally in the video game, after he knocks her down and she's going for it, just chokes her. That's it. There's none of this. Oh, I forgot to tell you. When they struggle, that's my favorite part.
That
Also, important change also is in the game, Joel shows up just as she's like about to kill him and like does it himself in the game.
No. He gets there after she's chopped him about 30 times.
Well, I'm saying, okay, let me rephrase it. He shows there a lot quicker than he does in the game or show.
Yeah, he stops her in the burning building halfway through. Like she almost hits him in the head because she's still swinging when he grabs her.
Yeah, that was it. It was that, and I've seen some people kind of say it's like you probably could have just let her do her thing and then have him show up later, which is what the show does.
Did any of you guys think, Mike, not knowing, in the game they cut away slowly and all you see is the handle of the machete, and you never get to see the mincemeat that she just made of David's face? Did either of you guys think we were actually going to get to see it this time around?
I wondered. I didn't think so though.
Yeah,
I kind of was hoping we were
gonna. I will admit, having not played the game, I thought we would see Joel probably like show up sooner than he did at the end of the episode. Like it just kind of felt like he was gonna have his like big damn hero moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but it never came, and
he gets it later.
Yep. All we did was like, oh yeah, cannibalism. Oh yeah, that girl's eating her dad. That's great.
Yeah, that's.
But before we move on to,
I'm a little sad we didn't get a Nolan North cameo.
That is.
I was really weirded out, but
I think it's because he and Troy are kind of on the outs, right?
Unfortunately,
yeah, they had a falling out, and I'm still not quite sure why. But it is what it is.
Things happen.
Yeah.
Nolan North is another voice actor, Mike, who played David in the game, and it might be my favorite voice acting he's ever done.
Oh, he's really good. He's
Other
very
than
slimy.
Yeah, well,
I think he does good Deadpool.
He does good at Deadpool. It's just David was the one time where he actually got to not be his normal Nolan.
Yeah, he got to really skis it up, and I did think he did a great job.
He is great.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I wish the whole entire cast of the game could have been in the show.
Oh yeah,
especially like we got to pour one out for Annie Wershing.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate. Yes,
the late great Annie Wershing who passed away from
right after
yes,
episode 3 she died like right the same day it came out.
Yeah, it was.
Which they did actually add a little like notice at the end. That was nice.
That was
I'm glad that they did that.
You want to know the one role I kind of wish Neil Druckmann would have had? I wish he would have been Jerry. Can you imagine them getting to be him?
I think about it.
Sir, no, don't do it. You won't believe what the internet's gonna say. I'm from the future.
From the future.
Yeah. It was they had a lot of good backstory bits in episode 7 with Left Behind, because that goes on a little bit longer than Left Behind actually did. You know, the early stuff. I mean, with Ellie kind of being going to military school.
Yes.
I like Storm Reed in that episode. I thought she was.
Really she was really good. She was really good as Riley.
She's great.
Very good as Riley.
It's funny. That episode is like almost 1-for-1 in the game, because Left Behind is actually about as long as that episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, they had to cut out a few things like breaking the cars and the water gun fight, but they get all the important stuff.
Yeah, in the Joel half of it, but I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah, that they just kind of cut to the beginning and the end, which is the little house they're in. It's the same point.
I did love how to go back to the David stuff. I did love how like 1-to-1 the adaptation was of the boss fight.
Yes.
David.
Yeah. The house burned.
I had to go back to that really briefly.
Oh yeah,
that was really good.
That is one of the best moments of the game.
I kind of wish at one point she would have stepped on a plate once. Once. That's all I wanted. Just one. Everybody's like, what? You don't know, Mike, that's like a hide and seek section where you have to 3 times have to jump up and stab David to get it to be over with. And all throughout, there's a bunch of knocked over plates on the ground that if you don't see them and you step over them, he then comes and finds you.
That is like,
step up with just one.
There you are.
Something we haven't gotten to yet. In episode 6, this is when Joel and Ellie get to Tommy's new home.
Oh yeah. Jackson.
Because there's the communists, because they're literally.
I was thinking Tommy going, no.
Conversation.
Not a line in the game, by the way.
We are communists, Tommy. Don't forget that. That's what
him going like, no, we're not technically. You can see him trying to kick back into his old beliefs, and he goes, no, we're not. And he goes, no, we totally
are. The point I was trying to get at was the scene where Joel is trying to get rid of Ellie, and then she has just like the perfect response.
That is 99% word for word.
Yes, the context is different in the game, but the window scene is pretty much almost the same.
And that room is fucking identical.
Yes. Again, different context, because like they ride off on a horse and like there's a bit of a shootout, but the same scene more or less happens in a similar room.
The only thing that upset me in that scene, because it might be one of my favorite lines that Joel has in The Last of Us Part 1. She brings up, "I'm not her, and then Joel says to her point blank, "You are riding on some mighty thin ice."
The way he says that enunciates it, mighty thin ice.
And my brain auto-completed it, and I was just like, that's the one line, but I'm okay. When she says, "Everyone runs away, everyone fucking except for you," I was like, yes, but they kept the better one. That was one of when she says "everyone fucking except for you," she sounded exactly like Ashley Johnson.
Yes.
God, she's so good.
She is just perfect for that role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
And I know it's not hard to do because, oh boy, were their wardrobes not complicated. I love that they went out of their way in almost every one of the scenes where the clothes would be recognizable to have it be the exact clothes from the game.
Yep.
You
didn't need to do that, but you did.
I'm glad they kept like those kind of details intact.
Oh, and there's one thing. I had to laugh. I wanted to make a big dumb post about being a fake Twitter person being pissed about the show. They technically kill a part 2 character in part 1.
Technically.
The horse that Ellie gets shot on is Shimmer, which is a horse she gets given for her patrols when she's living in Jackson 5 years later in part 2.
Yeah,
their horse's name is Callus in the original one.
Yeah, when I saw that though, Shimmer, I'm like, no, they're not going to do it to poor Shimmer. No, they did. Oh,
it's fine. If they name the other horse Callus, I'll be happy.
Okay, that'd be very also weird. Like, here's the other horse now.
What?
This is like a reverse.
Hey man, they keep doing what they're doing. I'm happy because it's like I said, it's crazy how easy you can adapt something when you just adapt it.
Mm-hmm. Like they still have to make changes when adapting from one medium to another, but as far as like adaptations go, this reminds me the most of like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, where some pretty big changes from the source material were made, but they're all made in service of like the story.
Yes, absolutely. It's made for the best reasons.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready to talk about the finale?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Before we get there, actually, a great example of a change: the Mortal Kombat in episode 7.
That was fantastic. Yeah, originally it's a video game called Angel Knives. And Angel Knives is pretty much Melina, who she plays in the game.
Exactly.
And you don't get power. You don't have like coins to play it. So like Riley describes what the fight in the game looks like to you, and you do the button completions on the controller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's diet Mortal Kombat in the most obvious way.
It's kind of cool the way that they.
But in the episode, because we own the rights, actual Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah, and also I love that everyone messaged Ed Boon. They were like, "Put Ellie in Mortal Kombat 12." He's like, "No, I am not having people perform fatalities on Ellie." Also, what do you mean Mortal Kombat 12? That's not happening.
But at the show, though, why not? Just funny seeing them just go like, "Oh, I'm gonna be Melina. Click the buttons. Maybe you'll get the fatality." Yeah, like that's relatable, though.
The most unrelatable thing of that entire thing is that Riley knew what her fatality was.
Well, didn't the arcade games used to have the printouts like you do this button combination?
Nope.
No, sir, they did not.
You had to figure that all for yourself.
It was.
You had the Street Fighter cabinets back in the day.
Maybe for Street Fighter, but Mortal Kombat, I knew I had to write it down and take it because my cousin wouldn't tell me.
Well, they cut out.
They had only the special moves anyway.
They cut out 5 hours of her going like, "Do this button combination." Damn it, not it. I have to impress the girl by getting the fatality right.
Yes, but oh boy,
yeah,
that finale.
Mm-hmm. Shortest episode, actually.
Shortest episode.
Surprisingly.
So the big thing, and might be the best change in the entire show, Joel's suicide.
Yes.
None of that in the original game. Not even remotely. Joel's just an ignorant old cuss living his life. Didn't even come close to killing himself. But the entire time I shot at a guy and missed, did not see that, meaning him talking about he tried to kill himself.
It fits perfectly, though.
It does.
It also makes a lot of sense why the first episode spent so much time with Sarah. Because it really drives home the point how much that loss has affected him.
Yeah. Great line with Ellie. He said like, "Oh, so time healed that wound?" He goes, "No,
it wasn't time.
It wasn't time."
She understands a lot more before this happens how much she means to him. They drive that home a lot more here.
So would you say that in the show Joel is a lot more empathetic?
At times.
Yeah, because like I said before, they had Joel be a dick towards her a lot for like the first half of the game because he just did not want to put up with her. And they were a lot more at odds with each other. They didn't get like a lot of those bonding moments until later. So Joel's whole situation of how he feels, what he wants Ellie to go through is different. Like I said, he didn't care about her having a gun because he thought he might get shot. He didn't want her to have to shoot people. It's a weird change that's still accurate, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think going back to that conversation that he has with her where he's telling her about like his suicide attempt, I think what was interesting about that too was, I don't remember if this was in the game, the line of dialogue that she has where she says, after it's done, I'll go with you wherever you want to go.
It is. Yep, it is.
Is that in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's in the game.
Okay.
The whole sheep, the sheep farm and all of that stuff, no, but
yeah, that was different. But like,
yeah.
But I think that is a thing that kind of pushes him also to be like, like she's my adoptive daughter. I want to be with her. I want her to be with, like, I just want to make sure that she lives.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I still, well, anyway, we'll get to the ending.
We will.
We'll get to the ending.
They nailed the giraffe scene perfectly.
The giraffe scene is
real giraffe.
I adore
the
giraffe scene.
Yeah. So good.
They might have like correction too.
People thought the giraffe was fake.
Well, just because, it's kind of hard to get a giraffe on hand.
Yeah. And they also kept my favorite line of hers from that scene. So fucking cool. Yeah.
Although they changed detail too, which is giraffes do not like being pet on the nose like a horse. So they changed it to just feed it and the big tongue comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see on Twitter how they had the big giant freaking setup and all that. And I was just like, that you did not have to go that far, but nice.
Yeah.
Well, it gets to the point with special effects where I wonder which is cheaper, doing the special effect of the giraffe or getting a giraffe.
Probably getting the special effect.
Probably, yeah. I would imagine in this case.
Sometimes it scares me when I think of like people say that how much some special effects cost. I'm like, then why didn't you just have a chair, man?
Also, before we also mentioned the direct ending, I loved all the little video gamey kind of moments. Like that one is I gotta boost you up, Ellie, to get that ladder.
The ladder, yeah.
And then in episode 2 where it's we're gonna wait for Tess to open the door, so we gotta talk for a few seconds.
Yes.
Which is like, this is pure video game.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my
god. I don't want to keep stalling, but before we get to the debate, favorite pun from the show?
Oh boy. I don't remember the ones in the third one where the episode where she first brought the book out, but shit. Oh, they all just left my head. They legit all just left my head.
I like the one from the finale where Ellie says like, I stayed up all night wondering where the sun went. Then it dawned on me.
And then it dawned.
No, the best one was people are making apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow.
No, it was like too soon. No, that's topical. What I could really go for right now, some shitty puns.
Yeah, you know what? That was great. Him opening up and actually acting all kind of friendly and dad-like, and she's just all shut up. It's like mirroring how they were in episode 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was great.
All right, I had to throw in some levity, but now it's time to talk about it.
So, they also un-video gamed the living shit out of how they got Ellie and Joel. Originally, you go through this big giant tunnel that leads that with clickers and bloaters and the whole shit to where you have to like jump across a bus, and Ellie like goes to rescue you because you fall trying to get across to this thing, and then you get swept underwater and Ellie tries to save you and then she gets swept out. There's this really great frame shot where it looks like Ellie drowned right before you got to the hospital. And as you're trying to give her CPR, one of the Fireflies has no idea who you are. And as you're trying to save her, he butts you in the head with a gun. And then you wake up in the ER room.
So they just cut all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is fine because again, it was very video gamey.
Yes.
Yeah.
The elongated action scene before the big actual end.
I would have liked to have seen some of it, but that's just me.
It could have been. It's just it's weird to see it, but then
I
think
missed
about
the set
pacing.
pieces. I missed the set pieces. That's all.
Yeah, the more I think about it, and the more like familiar I am with HBO shows,
Yeah,
I think the only reason those were cut out was because it would disrupt the pacing.
Yeah.
That being said, I think this
Fair.
could have been like a full 10 episode season as opposed to 9. Like most HBO shows go right up to 10.
Yeah.
Usually.
So other than getting to the hospital, what else is different about the ending?
Well, the cold opening.
Pretty much nothing.
Well, the opening scene is not from the game at all.
Oh yeah, because in the game is Anna like an actual?
Oh, Anna. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, they talked about her. There's a few notes here and there, and
there's nothing really.
She's not like in the game directly.
There was a rumor when the trailers for part 2 were coming out that they thought the person that ended up being Abby was Anna. Other than that, no.
Also, they never even hinted at how the heck Ellie's immune. They've always been like, yeah, she just is. Now the game shows like, well, that's probably it.
Well, in the game, they pretty much just say the cordyceps bonded to her brain weirdly and didn't connect properly. But coming up with through the umbilical cord thing, that was pretty smart.
Yeah, I like that for 2 reasons. One, you get a more tangible explanation for how she's immune, and 2, it makes more sense what relationship she has with Marlene, and why Ellie is so important to the Fireflies.
Like the most important person on the planet.
Yep.
I kind of thought it was going to be weird and that like lucky that someone also chose the name Ellie because I thought she was going to kill herself and then they just find Ellie in the cabin after she got bit. But I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But
that entire scene does add more dimensions to the last scene with the Fireflies because she knows how miserable this is having to kill her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a more personal relationship.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, time to rip off the Band-Aid.
Do you agree with what Joel did? Like, none of us are going to say a word about how we feel until you say it.
Forgive me for sounding wishy-washy, but I'm literally of 2 minds. On the one hand, objectively, he murdered an entire building of almost innocent people. Then when Ellie confronts him, he, like any parent would lie to her face.
Yep.
Worse than in the game, I'll have you know.
Noted. On the other hand, given what's happened in like the entirety of the first season, and especially the conversation that they had like at the start of this episode, it is completely understandable from his point of view why he would do what he did.
Yeah.
So when I asked the question on Twitter, did Joel make the right decision? At one point it was almost a tie.
Oh God.
Yeah, I made a poll and the results were eye-opening.
I've always told people, I'm like, did Joel make the wrong decision in that situation? And in the show, because like we said originally, doctors made a good point that you can't make a vaccine for a fungus. Now in the show, they make it so that this is not a vaccine. It's copying those cordyceps and putting it in so the bodies react so that you can't get infected. So they came up with a way where it's actually workable to make it seem a little bit worse on Joel's end that he didn't actually just kill people who were being stupid. Now, did Joel perform a selfless act or a selfish act and murder a building full of people trying to cure the world because of his attachment to one girl? Yes. Did, the first time I played The Last of Us, never in my life playing a video game ever, feel more and more motivated to murder an entire building of people mercilessly and then hang their bodies from the building than at that moment when they said, we're going to kill Ellie, you can't say goodbye to her and leave? And then I was very okay with him murdering everyone in that building? Yes. So did he technically do the wrong thing? Yes. Am I mad at him for what he did? No.
I will note they definitely frame it as a negative. They frame it as a negative a lot more in the show, because in the show they explicitly have people throwing up their hands, surrendering, and getting shot anyway, which is not from the game.
No, but I think he was just being thorough, because who said they wouldn't have picked that gun back up after he turned around?
Oh yeah, but also they show that, and also the music is all, silent, piano-like, and it's almost framed like it's a mass shooter, like killing people. And the scene where he walks by like a child ward and still killing people, it's very clearly being framed as this is not good.
They're so pushing you towards a perspective in the show that they did not do in the game.
Yes, because they realized in the original game, people just think, oh yeah, you did the right thing.
Because in the game, you're playing as Joel. You are Joel.
Yes.
Ellie is the one that you're protecting as the player.
Yes, there's a perspective thing and a connection that is stronger because it's a game.
So in the game, this is why I like the game more than the show ultimately, because for me, the game is it's just like I would not question what he did in the game because I felt it. And frankly, I have people in my life that I would burn the world for.
I mean, I know people I would too.
I don't care.
On the other hand,
what has the world done for me?
For him,
does that
not
make me
much.
A selfish prick? Yes. Do I care? No.
Yeah, for a guy like that, he hasn't nothing really much else to live for.
I mean, ultimately, okay, here's the thing. Realistically, in a realistic situation.
Yeah.
In a realistic situation where it's me in my life right here, right now, would I do something like that? No.
But emotionally.
But emotionally and understanding it and wanting to having that desire of wanting to protect somebody so badly that you would, I totally get it. So, like, realistically speaking, would I do it in my life personally as it is now? No. But do I understand why Joel did what he did? Yes, absolutely.
There's actually a really interesting thing they brought up on there's a podcast that comes along with the show. Actually, that's really good with Neil Druckmann and Troy Baker. Apparently, when they were making this scene in development, they actually polled people, did they think Joel was a good guy or not? And it was mostly like 50-50, but apparently the people who were parents, it was like 80-20.
That's what I read.
That's what I've read too.
Parents would say like, "Oh, without a doubt, I would totally do this." It's the non-parents who are a bit more on the fence.
And it's the thing that is going to be different in a lot of ways where you're watching a video game. And this is where I like both, but I understand why it feels weird into an almost not liking for some people watching it happen. Yeah. Like in video games, you have an objection, point A to point B.
Yeah.
You feel the motivation because you feel as the person.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're no longer that person when we're watching it.
Yeah.
So that's where it becomes where it's like, do I still get why you got it? Yeah. But like, and that's why I said to every one of my friends when I watched it, I'm like, I was okay with what I did as Joel because I was playing as Joel. That next scene, Joel's fucking dying. Because technically, Joel did something worth dying for.
Yeah.
In his mind, it was right. Yes. Yeah. But if someone comes to kill Joel, they have every right and a half to fucking murder him for what he did. Because in that situation,
ultimately,
and you'll find out in the second season, someone did the opposite of how Joel felt because Joel did something to someone else that Joel was trying to prevent himself. it's one of those things where, like, as a character, and someone brought it up with the newest Tomb Raider games, you're a person who's an explorer who's trying to find a treasure.
Yeah.
From point A to point B, you murder 400 people, but yet you're praised as, I found the golden ticket! Yay! You also killed 700 people to get there. You also went from a helpless person to a mass murderer, and then you went and ate fries with your friends afterwards.
They're also framing this
because you didn't feel it when you were playing it, but if you look at that from an outside perspective, that's fucked up.
Also, they're framing it because of part 2. This decision is a very important part for part 2, and they're aware that some people responded terribly to things that happened in part 2 because they like Joel maybe a little too much, so they had to maybe make it a bit more blatant that this
But
is
that's also great. Liking Joel too much. It's because you're playing as Joel.
Yeah, because
that has a big part of it. If you weren't playing as Joel and he was a side character, I guarantee you no one would have been as pissed off at that game. It's because they did it to a character you played.
Yeah.
It's a weird byproduct of that's maybe a downside of it being a video game, is that users are more inherently invested than perhaps the developers probably want you to be.
That's why when they start getting better at adapting these, I think a lot more of them are going to pull people weird because you're going to be seeing a character do things that you would normally like, okay, yeah, I did do that, but now that I'm not playing it, that looks weird. But it's like, again, like Keona, if someone came in here right now and said that my non-blood little sister Adley, I would give my life for that girl. Anything. Would do anything for her. And if someone told me tomorrow that we need to kill her to save humanity,
like, and they don't let you say goodbye or anything.
They'll let me say goodbye to her. I'm like, cool. Humanity can go die.
Well, yeah,
that's my little sister.
Yeah.
That's my little sister. You're not doing it. And then if I got put up on court because you're like, you realize you made a selfish decision, I'm like, cool, I'm going to go to jail. I realize I did the wrong thing. But in my opinion, I'm good. To me, because again, I was in the situation. It's one of those, and it's a thing why it split a lot of people. And one thing that they kind of showed that the cycle of violence always leads to bad shit. And the cycle starts here.
That's the ultimate lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
which is true.
It's like, and Keona and everyone that like got mad about that, all of us are included. We all agree that we would fucking murder that whole hospital for her. Kid you not when I say
because we played as him.
Yeah, I've never been more motivated in my entire fucking life to kill people than at that moment. When they said, no, get out of the building, you can't see her. No, fuck you. You're all dead.
That's another thing too, is it's a game. It's not reality. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that I would necessarily go around shooting guys dead, in a hospital. Like, I'm not a violent person. I wouldn't do that. But I would definitely be like, I would definitely, I would be like, why aren't you letting me say goodbye at least? Why aren't you,
that would have changed,
have you considered
right
everything?
Yeah, that was a good question. If they'd been nicer to him, would he have actually accepted this?
Yeah.
And also, possibly. Like, we bring it up, and Mike, I'm going to be honest with you, it's a giant part of the second game.
Yeah.
If they would have took both of them into a room, sat them down, and went, hey, in order for this to work, Ellie, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Are you okay with this?
Okay. That's the point. That's the point I wanted to add. Because a lot of people who were like very hard set on no, Joel did not make the right decision, is because the argument is that it took away from Ellie's agency as a character.
But she was totally willing to do it.
What? Oh, die for.
Oh, yeah. If she had been told these are the things, that she would totally done it.
Yeah, that's
But if
that's what I was getting at.
If they gave her the opportunity to say that in front of Joel, it might have made a difference.
It's all situational.
Because he would have seen it in her. Like, I think it's possible that it could have. At that point, then, if he decides to shoot up the hospital, then I would probably be less sympathetic.
Oh, absolutely. If at that moment where she's like, Joel, I want to do this. I'm glad we got our time together, but I'm going to save humanity. And then Joel goes, nope, fuck y'all, and started popping people.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's different.
But they very purposely make it so that they give Joel a reason.
Yeah.
There was no reason whatsoever they weren't allowed to have that conversation. What fucking rush were you in?
Exactly.
The world's not going to end tomorrow.
Yeah,
the world is already bad now. It's not going to get worse.
That's the difference.
And also, Mike, I'm going to ask all your guys' opinion. This came up in the podcast when it came in originally, and it was one thing that I don't remember how much you said on Keona, but it was a big thing that me and Zane, and that I got Zane on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say this works. How are we even going to go about distributing it? How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it evenly? How is it not going to be used as a power grab for people that the Fireflies could say, guess what? You want to get the cure? Join us. Do what we want to do. There is no way humanly possible that you could actually get this out and save the planet at this point. There's no way.
Are you going to go around to all these like militia groups, and are you going to tell them, and all the cults and whatnot that have formed in The Last of Us 2? Yeah. And are you going to tell them oh, we have a cure now? And what are they going to say? They're going to be like, yeah, that's right, buddy.
And then if they believe you're going to be like, guess what? You don't have the cure anymore. Now we do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this game's from 2013, 10 years later. I think I know how people react when they say, please take this vaccine to survive.
Guns on Capitol Hill because we can't get fucking haircuts.
Yep. Yeah. It's like, I have this vaccine. I don't believe in your vaccine.
But there gets to be that, and I think what might be my favorite voice acting part ever comes up in that second game. There is a conversation on a porch.
Yes.
I'm going to start fucking crying. I'm not going to say what it is because when it comes up in the show, because if they don't have it, I will burn Naughty Dog down.
They need to have
They'll
that
do
in
it.
the show. They need to
also the moon landing. They have to do the moon landing.
There's a point where Ellie cusses someone out and says the exact line, "My life would have fucking mattered." Where after all this, she starts to think that her life's pointless because of it. And then I don't think I need to tell you who is the person who said, no, your life had a different purpose. She just didn't realize it. And there's a big part of, again, the cycle of violence and what the fuck your purpose in life is, that anyone that doesn't like the second game is fine. I thought it was done really well, and that game was meant to divide people. There was no way on God's green earth everyone was going to like that game, and if anyone who thinks that was going to happen, you are mentally challenged. And it's just, there's a lot of, I can't remember the last game that made me morally think that much about stuff ever, that I wanted to search out active groups to do podcast stuff with and talk about it. That second part is going to make a lot of people pissed off. Because you saw how they reacted to gay people. Wait till you meet the trans kid in part 2.
Yep. The Lev, the trans man character. That's gonna be a fun fucking. I feel bad for that actor already. And Abby, and that actress,
and everyone in Abby's hand group. Please let Ashley Birch be in the show somehow. Please, love of God. I just remembered she voices the pregnant girl in part 2. Please let Ashley
Mel.
be in the show.
All I know is that I hate Owen.
But yeah, it is a game that made people think, and it's a thing that got people really snooty and up at Naughty Dog because, not by their not own admission, Neil Druckmann, for a while, he's gotten better. Kind of like the smell of his own farts after a while, after that second game came out and got kind of iffy about people not getting certain points that they were trying to convey. And it just became a royal shitstorm. And a lot of it centered around just the fact that what happens with Joel. And again, it's all about perspective. That is going to be another thing where, as you see, something happens to him and characters are okay with it and then start off not being okay with it. And then some ended up not being okay with it and ended up being okay with it. A lot of people, it's all about how is what you did worth it. That's basically the core of The Last of Us, is what you did worth it.
Question about part 2. How much of the game is flashbacks between the 5-year time gap?
a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's literally the game structure, Mike, is this. You have the scene in Jackson where all the shit goes down that kicks off the plot. And then you have a scene going to Washington before you get to the thing. And then it's 3 days of Ellie doing stuff. Each one is started with a flashback that all lead up to that talk on the porch that I'm talking about. And then it's stuff with Abby, 3 days. Each one of them is capped with flashbacks leading up to the surgery and her finding out what happened, why your dad and all this. And then current tense, end. And there's going to be a lot more flashbacks because there's stuff that they cut from the game that they said they're going to include. Like Joel had a love interest that they had originally named Esther that they cut, but they said they're probably going to include. There's going to be some other stuff of them living in Jackson for longer, probably. There's a lot.
I'm just wondering how they can rearrange the events to keep Joel in the show as long as possible.
That's how they did it. Through the flashbacks. Yeah, because if not, Joel's going to be in it for 1 episode.
That's not going to happen.
That's not happening.
I know, but I'm saying if they just did the game, it's 1 episode.
Yeah, there's going to be some heavy changes to play.
Yeah, and then the flashbacks throughout the whole game is what the second to last scene of the game has Joel in it.
Yeah.
But it's, again, 90% flashbacks. So
for those worried that you're not going to see as much of Pedro Pascal, you probably don't have to worry that much.
And I also, people understand how filming works. I had someone at work come up to me today that they're like, they're going to have to recast Joel in The Last of Us. I'm like, how? Because Pedro Pascal's got multiple shows going at once. You can't film all of them at one time. I'm like, do you think he films those and they get edited in a week? That stuff was shot like a year and a half, 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
Plus, actors do film multiple things at once.
Pedro
Like
no life.
I remember at one point David Harbour was bouncing back and forth between Stranger Things and Black Widow.
Yes, absolutely.
And probably has to do the same for Thunderbolts and Stranger Things season 5.
Yeah, when Finn Wolfhard's going to be 34 by the time it's done finished. Why do you have a beard, man? That kid wouldn't have gained a pound, but he'll be 34 years old.
Last question I have before we kind of do final thoughts. Casting Abby.
Good fucking luck.
I don't. No idea.
No
idea with Lev either. I don't know.
Total unknown.
Yeah, both an unknown.
You know, I had an idea for a second, but it totally escaped me. The leader of the WLF, the black guy.
Oh,
I had Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah,
wouldn't be bad for him.
That wouldn't be a bad choice. With Lev, I don't actually know many trans men actors who are in like their late teens that kind of fit that role. I don't know any. I know a couple trans women like Hunter Schafer that could fit that role, but that's a trans.
There's gonna be some young up and comer that's gonna get a great shot for that.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be.
There's gonna be a bunch of them.
True.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah, I just already feel bad for whoever gets cast as Abby, because like Abby's face model still gets death threats, and so does Laura Bailey.
Yeah,
it's just disgusting.
You're in a world of hurt for joining that role.
Yeah.
Laura Bailey is an awesome.
Oh, Laura Bailey is the definition of a sweetheart.
Great.
Yeah,
she
great
is.
lady. Best photo of all time is her dabbing over the body.
Yeah, for those that don't know, she sent the Flash peace sign to Neil Druckmann over her quote-unquote voice actor parent in the game after she was done filming it. It was like, Laura's my hero.
I love it.
That's so funny.
Oh
my god.
It's like, that is so savage.
Love it.
Oh, I got it. You know that Rattler at one of the people that kind of kidnaps Ellie towards the end when she's in California? You should get paid by Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh my!
Wow.
He looks just like him.
You know who I want to play? Was Ron Perlman?
Oh, Ron Perlman, I can see that.
That could be.
Yeah,
I like that.
That could be.
Ron Perlman definitely as the Rattlers. Yeah.
Cool.
Wow,
Okay.
man, oh man, the Rattlers! My God, by the time we got to the Rattlers in the second game, I was like so exhausted emotionally and mentally. I just was like, I'm done.
Oh yeah. And
are they still gonna do like the duo fake out ending that leads to another ending, which leads to another ending?
But it worked. It worked because that's how Ellie feels and that's how Abby feels. Like
exactly.
It works for the game because you are supposed to be exhausted and emotionally and just spent.
By that last scene, literally, you're supposed to be screaming at the TV, "Please stop!
Please stop!"
And then by the time you finally got, like I said, to that they keep faking you out of thinking how you thought certain relationships ended. Mm-hmm. And it's just when you finally have that last moment, which is the title screen, and I won't spoil it, you're just sitting there going, I agree. Life sucks sometimes.
Well, they're setting up the guitar thing in this season, too.
Oh, yeah.
You have going like, I saw a guitar back there. I can teach you how to play.
Oh man, I'm not ready for that moment.
Future Days is going to ruin your life, Mike.
Do you know who comes back? I hope Graham Greene comes back.
Who?
Graham Greene, the older American Indian guy, the one in the beginning of episode 5, the one who's a new
character.
Jackson area, and part 2 takes place a lot in the Jackson area, so you can have that guy come back.
Yeah, you could. I hope they have Gustavo playing music.
Yes.
In a chair like they do.
That'd be cool. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. Yep. Gustavo, yes. Give him a cameo. Yes.
Because it just has to be like in the game. Like he's the guy who does all the composing, Mike. And there's a part where you're walking through the town in Jackson, like getting supplies to go on patrol. He's just in a chair, just picking away.
Chilling.
Just
chilling. Yeah.
Music guy.
Yeah. It was awesome.
One person who's enjoying himself throughout this whole thing.
Pretty much. Of course, pretty much.
Speaking of music, they reused a lot of music from the game in this show in really clever ways.
And it was Gustavo. It was
like the main theme song for the show is the game.
It is.
Yes.
Which
honestly, Mike, and I'm serious about this, look up cinematics, like a cinematic playthrough.
Yeah.
I mean, give or take, it's going to probably take like 9 hours to go through it, but
there's a lot.
It's good. It's so good.
After watching the first season, and especially after this discussion, I'm way more interested in seeing the actual cinematics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will say the show managed to avoid the two things that annoy me about the game: one-hit kill deaths from the bloaters, and advancing the plot when I'm trying to scavenge.
But they did keep the head rip from the bloaters.
They did. That's great. The death animation of that is always your head getting ripped off, and they did that to the second in command guy in Kansas.
But also, correct me if I'm wrong.
Happened to Jeffrey Pierce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happened to Tommy from the game.
And they show it, but they keep it enough in the background to where it was not bad. I don't remember there being children infected in the game.
There were none, because I think because of probably video game rules.
Because they were in there.
Kind of really iffy about that real quick.
But they had it in Days Gone. That's what confused me at first, because there was newts in Days Gone that are adolescent infected. I was like, that was so creepy. That little kid takes her out.
Oh God.
Woo!
I will say the only thing that could have possibly made this show better for me, the musical ending.
Could have.
I think I need to watch that first.
You need to see the musical. Okay, look up Last of Us One Night Live.
It's good.
Because they actually did kind of like a stage show reproduction of the
and there's some
certain
stuff
cinematics of the game
that goes into kind of
with all the actors
from it.
It hit me that Annie Wersching was in there. I was like, I watched it again like the other night, and Annie Wersching showing up was like it hit me because I was like, oh man, that's sad.
It is.
Yeah. But that musical ending is great.
It is.
Because it was that it was a joke played on the cast by Neil Druckmann and Merle Dandridge, who plays Marlene. He basically went up to her at the very end where she's talking to Joel, and Joel's like, he's standing there and he's ready to take Ellie off the operating table. And she comes in and she just sings full Broadway, like, "You can't save her." And it's freaking amazing. And Troy Baker standing there, who did not know that was coming. Troy Baker stands there, looks at her, and you can see the wheels turning. And he's like, "It's not for you to decide." And somebody just starts going all like crazy. It's great. It is one of the funniest freaking things I've ever seen.
It is up there. One thing that I'm now remembering when you mentioned Ellie on the table, I don't know why it kicked it to me.
Yeah.
One of the most badass things that this version of Ellie does that does not happen in the game, when they put the gun on David and James and they put their guns down and David gets sent away and James is there, while she's got the gun on David, she ejects all the shells out of the rifles.
Yes. Yeah.
That was very
they
smart.
got one, they couldn't shoot her right away. I'm like, yo, that was good.
Badass.
It's like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that done in anything. I've seen them like kick one out and eject the shell. I've never seen someone literally kick like 7 shells out. It's like, what the hell? It looks so stupid, but it makes sense. Oh, man. Oh, I'm number one complaint.
Okay.
We didn't get to see that soft, beautiful, adorable rabbit get nailed with an arrow.
There's a rabbit though, but you'll see
there is a rabbit. There's a scene in the game, Mike, which this streamer hilariously reacts to, where like at the start of the winter level, this little itty bitty rabbit comes poking through, and then this freaking innocent little girl streamer's like, "Oh my god, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." And then all of a sudden the arrow comes from Ellie that kills it. She goes, "Oh!" It's the best. Oh,
wow.
so good. Oh god.
All right. So, final thoughts on The Last of Us Season 1. Tyler, why don't you start?
My thoughts are, I have a hard time believing HBO is going to probably make a show better than this year. I came for the second season. This is the best game adaptation, live action wise at least, of all time, and I'm so glad I got proven wrong on this one.
Awesome.
That in a long time is now one of those episodes that everyone's like, "Oh, those great episodes that everyone has to see for a show."
Yeah. A friend, Amy, who's slightly likes Pedro Pascal, just a little bit.
Slightly.
My thoughts are, I'm incredibly nervous for the Horizon show now. That's my thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah.
God of War and Horizon gotta step the ever living hell up.
Hey, what about Fallout?
They need big budgets. This didn't.
Ooh, Fallout
could be good. Fallout doesn't need a giant budget outside of certain scenes. So that could be good. As long as they have people's heads like spinning on a thing in scenes and like arms stretching out to show that it is glitchy, I'll be happy. But Fallout could be good. Fallout's another one that is, as long as you don't just try and jump the shark, can be good.
Yeah, that one seems easy. Yeah, I was saying that the advantage of The Last of Us is that it was probably the best sort of choice for adaptation.
Yeah. People learn, and I mean this, when you adapt something, pick a medium that fits. Don't pick a 900-hour-long video game and make a 2-hour movie.
Coffee Assassin's Creed.
I got an idea. Let's make an Assassin's Creed game and only have like 20 minutes be in the past. Because that's what people want to see. Because Netflix is now making a Assassin's Creed show that's only at Abstergo.
Oh, God.
Oh, really?
Like that Resident Evil show, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe
there's going to be no Zootopia porn in that one, I can imagine.
Although, will it get?
I'll never forget that. I will never let that go.
Oh my god, yeah, I know.
Well, I was with this show. Will that get as meta as Assassin's Creed 4 did, which is meta enough to have emails in the game that are labeled for the actual developer names, complaining with their parent company that they have to dumb down the history for the audience, and then the studio saying we got to make the money. Because if you ain't gonna go that meta, then like, don't bother.
Oh boy.
Seriously, Black Flag has like the funniest. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in a video game, where just explicitly you are working at Ubisoft, a Montreal game company who's owned by an evil syndicate that wants to take over the world, and you're making a terrible video game based on history. You want to make it better, but everyone doesn't care because it's all about the money, and it's soul-crushingly depressing. And that's actually that's the setting of Black Flag.
Mm-hmm.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Then you get to do ship stuff.
And then you get to do ship stuff, and then you go back to your terrible cubicle and remember you're working a dead end job. That's terrible.
That was
like
a
real life.
Yeah, that is the most like, I don't even need to question what these developers think.
Let's just get meta.
This is 5 layers of meta. Like literally, one of the emails is like, our employee Mr. Darby doesn't want to do this. Like, you mean like Darby, the guy who wrote this game? He put himself as a character in the game.
And they actually mentioned Desmond too.
Yeah,
which is really weird. Like they mentioned Desmond Miles. They're like one of our previous employees.
Yeah, it's the Netflix show. I don't know.
Desmond have been miles away.
All right, getting back on track. Keona,
sorry.
Your final thoughts on The Last of Us?
I'm a little less crazy about the show. Like I know that a lot of people are like super, hyped about it. I'm a little less so, but taking it for what it is, I would say it's definitely the best live action video game adaptation that we've had. Certainly better than that other one. That really hurts me. It hurts me literally to watch it. But I will say that like I wish there was a little more action stuff in it because I get bored with all the walkie talk. I get a little bored with that sometimes because I probably have ADHD, so it's probably my fault. Or my genetics. I would say that like overall though, the performances I can't give any flack to anybody for the performances in this show. I think that they were all really good. Pedro is a hero. Bella is great. So cool to see Ashley. So cool to see Troy and
Jeffrey Pierce.
All the people from the Jeffrey Pierce, all the people from the game. Laura Bailey, of course, with her cameo. I wish that there was more. Merle Dandridge, of course, was awesome. I think that I really ended up liking it a lot. So kudos to them. They pulled it off, did a great job. And I want to see more, but I also don't want to see more.
I understand. Coming from someone who hasn't played the game, I thought the show was really good. Definitely the best live action video game adaptation,
certainly, and
proof positive that TV is the medium to adapt video games. And every future adaptation needs to follow what Mazin and Druckmann did with this series, because while they had to make some changes from the source material, they got everything about the core values correct. Mm-hmm. The actors were great. Like the world building was all well done. The story was engaging. It's everything that you want in a good TV show. And I am both excited and scared for season 2 because I know what's ahead.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for the very first picture of Abby on a set. And the world's going to explode.
I will
you know what I want? You know what I want? I want the person who gets cast as Abby to be completely fearless And the photo that they show of her in her first time when she finds out that she's playing Abby is her on a golf course. Just practicing my swing is all I want. I don't want, I'm not a guy for Twitter discourse, but I would love to see the world shit itself. Because that girl's got to have some thick skin if she's playing that part.
Mm-hmm. Best of luck to you.
Whoever you are.
Bless them. They're going to need it.
All right. And yeah,
that's it.
That'll do it for this episode.
Indeed.
Before we get out of here, Tyler, where can everyone find you online?
You can find me at Storytellers Guild on YouTube. I'm almost got that YouTube video out. I'm almost done. Nice. And I'm working on a massive documentary right now with a couple of historical societies on my backing, so hopefully that'll come out this year.
Excellent.
Nice.
There's a couple people here that have cameos in there, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely looking forward to that. Brock, where can everyone find you?
You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mostly on Twitch and YouTube. I can barely say this like maybe 3 to 4 more times. If you like Resident Evil, and specifically Resident Evil 4, oh my goodness, because my brain is mush. Midnight of March 23rd, I will be streaming Resident Evil 4 Remake live. If you want to win a free digital deluxe edition for PS5, be watching and be subscribed. That's all you have to do. I'll be giving it away during the stream. You just have to be watching and subscribed. $5 to win something that's worth $80. I think that's a pretty good deal. Be there, be square. Yes, I am a total 90s child for saying that.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
Keona, where can everyone find you?
Well, you'll find me watching Brock stream that night, honestly, because I already subscribed tonight. Okay. There you go. It worked. You're a level 7 susceptible. All right. So, okay. You can find me on Twitter at Neoplasmic24, just like you see on the screen. It's NEOPLASMIC24. You can also find me on twitch.tv/Neoplasmic. I believe it's 9 or 10 more followers to affiliate, so we're almost
nice.
There.
Yes. Just so that stupid 3 viewer hump.
Yeah, I got that.
Trust me, Twitch is really dumb.
I actually got over that. I'm so happy that works for me. So like today I was streaming some Destiny 2 Lightfall, and as much as I have some issues with that game, I will say it is my comfort game. I could tell it was so much fun. Strand is awesome. Okay, and and then you can find me at Renegade Pop Culture, of course, as we all know. Mike, take it away, my friend.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on Podchaser, on YouTube. We have a Patreon now at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture.
That's so cool.
And you can listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need to escape? So do we. That'll do it for this episode of Renegade Arcade. We will catch you guys later. Peace out.